Have you ever wanted to be that person who just clicks with everyone? Well, today we're diving into 5 surprisingly simple psychological tricks that can make you instantly more likable. And this isn't about being fake or changing who you are. Nope, this is all about understanding the science of connection.
You know those people, right? They walk into a room and just effortlessly connect with everybody. It's like a superpower. But for a lot of us, that can feel like a real struggle. Maybe you're a little awkward or just more introverted. It can feel like a lot of effort. But here's the really great news. Being likable isn't some magic trait you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill. And like any skill, playing guitar or learning to cook, you can practice it and get really, really good at it. And today, we're going to give you the tools to do just that.
Okay, our first technique is all about flipping the script. The real secret to getting people to like you is to make the conversation all about them, and specifically about the things they absolutely love.
So here's the cool science bit behind this. When you get someone talking about their passion, their brain gets a little hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. They light up, they feel energized, they feel happy, and guess what? They subconsciously link that awesome feeling with you. You're the one who made it happen. Just look at the difference here. How was the movie? Gets you, it was good. End of story. But asking what was meaningful about it? Whoa. That invites them to share something real, an emotion. That's how you skip the boring small talk and jump right into a real connection. And that's what makes you memorable.
Okay, so building on that idea of making others feel good, our second technique is all about giving a genuine compliment. And trust me, when you do it right, it's way more powerful than you think.
I mean, think about it. If someone is brilliant, they hear, "You're so smart," all the time. It just becomes background noise. It's nice, sure, but it doesn't really land. They're used to it. A real connection comes from noticing the thing that everybody else misses. So here's the key. Praise the process, not just the talent. When you praise the long hours, the grind, the dedication they put in, you're saying, "I see your hustle." That shows you're paying real attention. It makes them feel seen and validated. A compliment like that can stick with someone for years. So you're making people feel seen, you're making them feel appreciated. But what if the room is just tense? Super awkward? Well, that brings us to our third trick, a secret weapon for changing the whole vibe of an interaction: humor. We've all been in that meeting, right? The one that's way too formal, where you could hear a pin drop. The person who has the guts to crack a little appropriate joke is an instant hero. You can literally feel the whole room relax, and everyone is grateful to the person who broke the tension. And here's the best part. It's basically a no-lose situation, because even if your joke isn't hilarious, you've still put yourself out there. This taps into something called the exposure effect. The psychology is simple. The more familiar we are with something or someone, the more we tend to like them. So just by taking that little social risk, you're already winning. Okay, this next one is huge. It's absolutely crucial for keeping relationships positive, especially these days when it feels like everyone is arguing about something. Technique 4 is all about how to disagree without being disagreeable. The great Dale Carnegie absolutely nailed it with this quote. "When you win an argument, what have you really accomplished? You might have proven your point, but you've probably made the other person feel defensive or foolish. You win the battle, but you lose the connection. The goal should never be to win, it should be to understand." And here's the super practical way to do it. Just saying you're wrong is like putting up a giant brick wall. The conversation is over. But if you start by building a bridge, saying something like, "Okay, I can see your point of view," you're showing them respect. You're telling them you're listening. And that makes them 1,000 times more likely to listen to you too. All right, it's time for our final technique. And honestly, this one is kind of like a Jedi mind trick for building great relationships. It's really subtle, but it is incredibly powerful. Here's the psychology of why this works so well. Deep down, we all want to see ourselves as good people, and we have this powerful need to be consistent. So when you tell someone they have a great quality, you're not just complimenting them. You're basically handing them a positive identity that they'll want to prove is true. Okay, so here's how you do it. Step 1, think of a positive trait you genuinely admire in someone. Maybe they're really kind or have a great sense of humor. Step 2, just tell them you've noticed it. Say something like, "One thing I really appreciate about you is how thoughtful you are. You've just planted a seed. And now, just watch. They will subconsciously start to act even more thoughtful around you to live up to that great reputation you just gave them." So let's recap real quick. Our 5 psychological tricks. Ask about their passions. Compliment their hard work, not just their shiny results. Use a little humor to cut the tension, respect their opinion, and give them a great reputation to live up to. Each one of these is a total game changer for building better, more real connections.
And when you think about it, that's what this all boils down to, right? Maybe the secret to being liked has nothing to do with being the most clever or funny or attractive person in the room. Maybe it's just about being the person who makes other people feel seen, heard, and valued. Try it out.